Dikaladi Anavachinna Ananta Chinmatramurtaye Swanubhuti Ekamanaya Namashantaya Tejase. I salute the Supreme Brahman, the one who is beyond all qualities, who is tranquil and beyond all limitations, who is the embodiment of infinite consciousness and can be known only through one's own experience. In these 4 lines, it gives the complete Vedantic ideology. The first is the Supreme Brahman. The term has been given, name has been given, it is Brahman. So that without the name, without the form, we cannot make any idea. So this is Brahman. And what is this Brahman? It is without any qualities. And the Vedanta students, we all know, quality means Sattva, Raja and Tama. These 3 are qualities. These are the 3, the gunas, the qualities through which everything is coming. So the beyond qualities. Who is tranquil? Because there is no desire. When there is desire, always there is anxiety, there is joy, different type of things happen when there is desire. As because there is no desire, is completely tranquil. Beyond all limitations. We can never limit it through time, through space, and through any concept. Who is the embodiment of infinite consciousness? Now it says the embodiment of infinite consciousness. That means it is that. When you say the embodiment, it comes a concept of a form, a figure. No, it is not. It is beyond that. It is the supreme consciousness. But no one can help you to understand this. You have to help yourself. And it says it can be known only through one's own experience. The one, its own experience. Swami Vivekananda is one of his poems, he is mentioning that this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, and the deep meditation. Then ultimately it says, the Swamiji is writing in Bengali, Bojhe Pran, Bojhe Jar. The one who has realized it has understood it. Otherwise, you cannot express. Oh, it is white, it is soft, it is so big, it is at that time you can see nothing like that. And that is the problem, because we, the human being and all beings, and particularly human beings, we can say we are having all ideas within the periphery of the 5 conditions. If we can see, we say, oh, I have seen it. If we can hear, I have heard it. And same way the smell, same way the touch, same way the taste. So these only 5, the instruments that we are having, we think with these 5 instruments, we can understand everything. But beyond these also there. And that is the reason constantly people are going on doubting. So 10,000 years, suppose, the civilization, and people are thinking in this way. The Veda, they claim that Rig Veda is 10,000 years old. So that time, some people, they realized it. But majority of the people, is it? How it is possible? But I can't see. So lot of arguments, counter-arguments, questions, answers going on. But the ultimate answer is, you have to realize it. It depends on you. But how we can do that? So now the Guru Vasistha, we are reading the Yoga Vasistha. The Vasistha is the Guru and he is teaching Sri Ramachandra. In fact, Sri Ramachandra wanted to leave the hearth and home and wanted to become a mendicant, a monk. Yesterday only I was giving a talk, Organization of Gods, the part second, and we were trying to understand when actually this complete monastic life came. And we were going on searching. The conception of the sannyasa is there from the beginning. Because they gave the whole life should be divided into four: brahmacharya, garhastha, vanaprastha, sannyas. But even the Manu Samhita, our lawmaker, the Hindu lawmaker Manu, he is mentioning the one should follow these four step by step. One should not jump from one to another. From brahmacharya to sannyasa, no, you have to go through the other two. Many they follow that. The Sikh community, they don't believe in this. They will go one after step, after sannyas. Many in India, many communities are there, people are there. They say, no, you cannot accept the sannyasa right now. You have to first study, then you have to marry, you have to settle down, then you have to retire from your job and prepare your mind. Then only you can become a sannyasi. So there was no conception. Then suddenly we find the Lord Buddha is going and accepting sannyasa. But the Lord Buddha himself was married. He was a householder. He was having wife and son. And then from there he went and accepted the sannyasa. So almost like he was also following the same thing. Though the retired life, or so-called the householder's life, he didn't follow. Though he was a prince, he was there, Lord Buddha, but he saw a sannyasi. Is this the sannyasi that we find after Shankaracharya? So this is the question. So this is another subject of research. Maybe someone will research and then find out. From our scripture we find in Bhagavad Gita, in other places, the mention of sannyasa. The sannyasa, the word means samyak nyasa. Samyak means in total. Nyasa means giving up. All this we were discussing yesterday, and it is in the YouTube. You can see there were a lot of information has been given over there. We will continue again in the next month. So this ultimately the sannyasa. Here, when the Rama, he wanted to take sannyasa because he studied under his guru that this world is illusory. Then he was telling them, how come that I will become a king of an illusory kingdom? I will rule the illusory subject. This is really, I cannot understand. So it is better that I should understand the truth, which my guru has taught. Then the Vasistha told that, and then Father Dasharatha, he told, oh, what is going to happen? My son is going to become a sannyasi, then who will become the king after me? And he requested his guru, and then Vasistha started giving this teaching. Vasistha himself was a married person, and then he realized Brahman. So it proves that all these rishis, they were married people, but they realized Brahman. It was not necessary that you should have to be a bachelor to realize Brahman. So if you, then now the condition, how you can realize Brahman? Mind. So this is the discussion going on. Those who are following this class for last, I think, 1 or 2 years, I'm continuing the whole year. So this you have understood, the Vasistha is going on giving this idea. Now, in our previous discussion, we read about the consciousness. We are constantly talking about the consciousness. And what is this consciousness? Then when we are discussing about the consciousness, in our last discussion it says, Yat aspandam. Now we have to give some idea, consciousness. But what is this consciousness? You are breathing, you are living, that is consciousness. So that is a different type of concept comes. Oh, that means it is like me. When I am breathing, when I am leaving, this is the consciousness. No, how it is? It says in the 10th chapter, 29th verse of the Yoga Vasistha Sara, it says, Yat aspandanam, that which is vibrationless. When you are breathing, the vibration is there. Thinking, blinking, vibrations are there. Completely vibrationless. Aspandanam. Spandita means vibration. A means negative. Aspandanam. Shivam. Shiva means auspicious. The Shiva, we have three gods, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, the Shiva. Here the Shiva means auspicious. Why auspicious? Because completely unattached with the worldly thoughts. So this we have to understand. The worldly thoughts, the world is completely temporary. And when we think this temporary as permanent, this is what? Otherwise not. When we think that this is permanent, now Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna was a very pure person, and anyone with worldly thoughts coming to him is to disturb him. And when that person came, stood and talked and left, the Sri Ramakrishna used to say, wash that particular place with Ganga water. Because it has contaminated this place. And the moment you go over there, stand over there, and if you eat from his hand and accept any gift from him, all his ideas will enter into your mind. So be careful. So why? Because some people are there. He was having so many the disciples and the followers and supporters who were married people. And some of them, they were rich, some of them, they were high government officials, some of them, they were the jamindars, the landlords. It was all right for him. Then some people are coming, whom he said samsari. He is not mentioning everyone as samsari, though all those people, most of you have read the biography of Sri Ramakrishna, that there are so many disciples were there. They were the married people, they were his disciples, but he was very good with them. And he used to visit their houses also. He used to eat from their food also. Then how come some of the people? Because they were so egoistic, so attached to the worldly things. And those people bring all the attachment in the mind also. So if you are having the company of those people, you will also develop those type of things. That's why in English they very nicely say, a man is known by his company. So same type of mentality, they become the friends. So one should be very, very careful about that. And he says, Shivam, auspicious, Shantam, calm. When you don't have the desire, I should be this, I should have that, I should do this, I should get that, then all this problem comes. When you are not having that, no problem at all. So that becomes Shantam. In Sanskrit, Shantam means very calm, without any desire. Yasya anta jagata sthitihi. He is the inside world, anta jagat. We are having two different types of jagat. One is this external. When you are awake, when you hear the sound, when you also make the sound or you talk, and all this movement, everything, external. But there is another jagat. Jagat means the whole world. In our dream, there I create my own jagat. I cannot blame others. It is my own creation. I create my enemy. I fight with my enemy in my dream. And I am perspiring, bleeding. It is all my creation. I want to suffer in the hand of my enemies. My creation. It is in the dream. Yasya anta jagata sthiti, but whose mind, whose inside, internal, that world is calm. Spanda, the vibration. Aspanda, without vibration. Bilasa, the place. And That is called Atma. That one, the nature of consciousness. So he is trying to give some idea about the consciousness. So basically we understand if you are not having any desire in the mind, the Ma Saradamani Devi, she once said, if you don't have any desire within the mind, then you are in peace. Bashana tag holo, to sab hoye gelo. If you don't have any desire, then you achieve everything. And what is that? Peace. Happiness. Someone told, I will take you to 5-star hotel. Okay. No, sorry, I have cancelled the program. Okay. Because there is no problem for me. If we think in that way, the moment you say 5-star hotel, immediately you start searching your the dress, what I should wear and how I should go and the planning. Now suddenly phone call comes, no, that program is cancelled. Oh my God, why these people should behave like this? And then you go on calling your friends, complaining against that person. There is all sorts of things that always happen in our life. And suppose you say, yes, thank you. If it is not, it is cancelled, okay, thank you. And if it says, will you go? Yes, no problem. So that is the wonderful mental condition. You are ready for everything. When I joined this Ramakrishna order, then one of our Swamiji, very senior Swamiji, in Advaita Ashram, he said, don't seek, don't shun. Don't seek that I should have this, I should have that. Nothing like that. And if somebody is giving you something, don't shun. Oh, I won't take this. No, it is not necessary. That is also not. Accept it. It's okay. Then use it or give it to somebody else. So don't seek, don't shun. So that is the way the whole life. And when he said, I was just joined that time, it was 1976, 77. From then onwards, I always followed that. I was in Advaita Ashram, very happy, doing everything. Suddenly a phone call came, hey, you have been transferred to a school. School? Okay, no problem. I went, I adjusted over there and all the work. When I was almost settling down, they said, hey, you have been posted to Andaman. And okay, Andaman. And over there, then I had to adjust there. When I was becoming successful over there, then again, now you have been posted to a jungle. Because of this, I never felt anything. The only one advice, don't seek, don't shun. That Swamiji told, oh, this is Andaman is a very challenging. And truly, everything was over, the Prime Minister came, inaugurated, that was all success. Then that very evening, our General Secretary Maharaj told, in charge, the administrative in charge, he said, now you have been posted to Arunachal Pradesh, a very, very challenging center, inside the jungle and all. I don't know, no shun. Again I went. And if you do this, the God's grace always protects you. And my Guru said, if you are sure that you are doing God's job, the God will protect you. God will give you the strength. It's true. And that way you develop the faith in the existence of God. Otherwise, how you will develop that? So this type of experiences in life, 12 long years inside the jungle, and that was so disturbed place. Still, it was very enjoyable for me. Everything went all right. And all the time, all best people, they used to visit inside the jungle also. So like that it happened. No problem was there. And suddenly when I was thinking, oh, now I am aged, now I don't think they will transfer me, I am all right. Again the phone call came and told me, now from there you go to Chicago. And that too with a loan of $2 million. First, dollar means how much it is with the Indian currency, I don't know. And secondly, the million means how many zeros. The two I can understand, but how many zeros after the two? Again, but I never said no. See, one teaching, if you take it and follow in the life, And I have seen at the fag end of his life, I think they won't change me again. So now they said, I saw that it's true. Don't seek, don't shun. No desire at all. Whatever responsibility coming, just perform it with the idea that I am serving, and you will find it is the peaceful life everywhere. So here when he says, Yat aspandanam shivam shantam yasya anta jagata sthiti spanda aspanda vilasa atma sa eka atra chid akriti. That is chid means consciousness, akriti, that is the definition of the consciousness. Now we find that the Guru is Vasistha, he is telling Sri Ramachandra, he says, you see that Vasistha, he is telling, when I went to study, Vasistha is a very, very ancient sage, and he studied under the guidance of Lord Shiva. So he went to Lord Shiva, he was a student of Lord Shiva, as the Rama is the student of Vasistha. So he was telling, so when I was young, went to Kailasha to learn about spirituality from Lord Shiva. But Shiva is Shiva. Not that he has a timing that this type of classroom should be this and you study that. He is roaming here and there. Sometimes he will be sitting, then you have to go and ask some questions. And if he is in good mood, he will reply. So that is the Shiva. Vasistha, with all patience, he was waiting for the Shiva. One day, he found the Lord Shiva is resting, sitting under a tree. Then he went and going on asking some question. And that he was narrating to his disciple Sri Rama. One day I, that means Vasistha, approached Lord Shiva and asked, O Lord, can you please instruct me the method by which one can destroy all sins and gain the auspiciousness? Can you please tell me the method? That means puja. He used the word puja. What type of puja I should do? Then the Lord Shiva is giving the reply. He said, do you know who God is? We are worshipping God, but who is God? So that he is mentioning, God is not Vishnu or Shiva or the Brahma. God is without form and undivided. God is not made, has no beginning nor any end. God is pure consciousness. Now is the Lord Shiva himself is telling. But suppose you go and tell the Orthodox Hindus, God is not Vishnu, God is not Shiva. The third one, before you say the third one, your head will be off. So what you are telling against our Hinduism, they will beat you. Now, Lord Shiva himself, this is Hinduism. Because it is not that particular thing is that. In Hinduism, they say the whole thing based on Veda. Again, in that Hinduism, Lord Krishna is telling, Trigunna Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunna Bhavarjana. This is the beauty of the Hinduism. And Veda is the scripture. No one should insult the Veda, and all these things are okay. But even our God, the Krishna, is telling these Vedas, all the four Vedas, Trigunya, these are also comes under the boundary of three gunas, Sattva, Raja, Tama. Learn from that, but go beyond that. Hinduism always inspires to realize. It is not the heaven that is the ultimate. It is the mukti, the liberation. And what is that mukti? Understanding the truth. What is the truth? It is consciousness all pervading. So this unique concept, and is so subtle, but so unique, so wonderful. So he is telling, God is not all these. God is pure consciousness. Lord Shiva is telling. He wanted to understand if there is any method practicing which I can go beyond the impurities, the sins, and can achieve the auspiciousness. He is telling that you are thinking about worshipping God. The Shiva immediately understood. And he is taking him from duality to the completely absolute non-duality. And that is Hinduism. You go just from here a few miles, I think 3 or 4 miles, there's a big Hindu temple. So many gods and goddesses, Hindu temple of Le Monde. So many gods and goddesses, so many varieties. That is one stage, but that is not complete Hinduism. One stage only. And second is beyond that. This is Vedanta. The Shiva is telling, if one is not able to understand and worship God as pure consciousness, if one is not able to understand and worship God as pure consciousness, then worship with form is prescribed. For them, I cannot think in that way. Okay, for you it is like this. So this is for everyone, stages are there. Right from zero, if you ask him to jump up to the top of the mountain, no, it is not possible. You should slowly understand, and then it is possible. That's why he said this. But Vasistha was capable to understand the consciousness. So the Shiva, the great master, he is going on giving him the idea about the consciousness. I then asked the Lord, kindly tell me how pure consciousness transformed into this world, how the pure consciousness appears as individual self, Jiva. The Vasistha is asking, so how this is happening? Now, everything is pure consciousness, then what is this world? We can see, we can touch, we can taste, we can feel. We cannot deny it. Simply, it is not there. Just like a blind person, if I deny, world is not there because I can't see. No, that cannot be. It is there, very much there. Then how it has come? The Guru Vasistha is a student asking the Lord Shiva. And the Lord Shiva replied, know for sure, only infinite consciousness exists, and this world, this Jiva, are not anything but pure consciousness. So this is the ultimate truth. Whether we understand it or not, it is a pure consciousness. Sometimes some people, like Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he could see the inside of the person. He could see what is going to happen in the future. So when a young boy of 17, 18 years old from Calcutta, he entered into his room, he stood up. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna stood up. And with folded hands, he said, you are the one who has come to rescue this whole world. He said, sir, are you telling me? I am only a student of this college and my father is this, he is a lawyer, and why you are behaving like this? Then he said, Sri Ramakrishna said, I can see the 18 power that is within you, Narendranath. And you are going to pulverize the whole world, change the whole psychological movement of the world. You are going to do it. Now, he was not ready to accept that because he was not feeling in that way. The Guru could see and Guru could say that this is going to happen to you. So like that he said, whatever you see in this world is nothing but consciousness. This moment you may not understand that, as Narendra never accepted that. Not only that, he came back and he was talking with his friend, see, this person is good and he likes me, but he is a mad person. He is telling that I am having so power. I am nothing. But afterwards, it was proved that young boy, only at the age of 29, he came and truly changed the whole course. 33 crores of Indians, they completely changed it. One lecture, only one lecture, that too hardly 5 minutes lecture, 5 minutes talk that he gave over here in the parliamentary religions that happened 1893. And that place is so close to ours in Chicago itself. So this is the proof that it is possible. Tremendous power is there. The consciousness. Then he is going on telling, know for sure, only infinite consciousness exists, and this world is jiva and nothing but the consciousness. Consciousness alone exists in dreamless state, in dream state, and also in awakened state. So we are having only three: Jagrat, Swapna, and Susupti. I always appreciate this unique way the Hindus, they analyzed. See, they are not telling thousands, they are only three. And that we can feel. Not that we have to go and study, and we can feel. Every day we are feeling. We are Jagrat, we are conscious. At that time, body and the mind, that is all active, Jagrat. Then the Swapna, that is the dream stage. Body is absent, but the mind is active. And then finally, it is the dreamless. That means when there is no dream, the body is not there, mind is also not there. Then what remains? The consciousness. Otherwise, how we could say that I was sleeping so well? So that this is the proof. We need not to go to any laboratory every day, we can prove ourselves. The consciousness is there. And the consciousness referred as God. Then what is God? Consciousness. And he is mentioning God is not different from anyone. Swami Vivekananda afterwards, after realizing this truth, that Vivekananda said, whom you are worshipping? God only in the temple? Can't you see God hungry? The poor, the downtrodden, the illiterate, the oppressed, they are all your gods. It's not emotional talk. It's not emotionally he said, oh, I have a dream. No. He says very after the realization. And the realization is true. Each and everything is nothing but God. And when you are worshipping God inside the temple, inside the church, inside the mosque, inside the synagogue, can't you see the same God suffering? Hungry? Not having the proper clothes? That is the gods and goddesses that we have to worship. And this is the Swami Vivekananda is known, famous as practical Vedanta. This concept was there, very much there at the time of Sri Ramachandra. His guru is teaching it. This book is so old. This teaching is so old. But we didn't see the practice. It is only Vivekananda who started it. And now we have started practicing practical Vedanta. We don't do any social work. We are going and doing some social work, nothing like that. We worship. When you go and serve the food to the hungry, we are worshipping as we are worshipping sitting over here in the temple. If we can understand this, then only the true religion, the true God that we are worshipping, that we can understand. Consciousness appears as Vishnu, as Shiva, or Brahma. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, these are the three great concepts of the Hindus. The one appears as many, but in reality it has not changed at all. The consciousness does not truly undergo any modification and never become impure. Consciousness has not taken any modification. It is all imagination. We are just imagining. Friends, for us, this moment, it is truly difficult to even intellectually understand that. Nothing has changed. It is all consciousness. Then that person is misbehaving with me and I am so troubled with him or her, and why it is happening, that is also consciousness. That is true. That is also consciousness. But it takes long time, the spiritual practices, because you have to disassociate from all these worldly things. And then when your mind is completely calm, then the true reflection of the consciousness will come and you will understand it is true. And who is going to be benefited by that? You. Again, Swami Vivekananda, he said, unselfishness is God. What is God? The unique definition of God. Unselfishness is God. And then he is telling, unselfishness is more paying, but we don't have the patience to practice it. If we can practice that, we truly get the one thing that we want, that is peace, joy, happiness, success, acceptance. Everything is possible, achieving, only practicing that. And he is telling this way, consciousness does not truly undergo any modification. The infinite consciousness, which is one and non-dual, can be realized. Anyone can realize it. Because of the ego-ness, we do not realize the truth. Now, he is coming to the problem. Where is the problem? Where it is pinching, as they say. The pinching is the ego. Because of simply ego, we are disassociated with this consciousness or God, just because of ego. But if we try to understand what is this ego, we will never find. What is this ego? Is this me? And what is this me? This particular form? This 50, 60 years before, this form was not there. After a few years, this form won't be there. Then where the ego will be? The before the birth, where my ego was. If you go on analyzing in this way, you will find this is really peculiar. How this ego can be. But everything, all the fight, everything is becoming because of the ego. So all this law and the whole law study and this court and so many lawyers, they are all surviving because of our ego. Because two ego fighting, immediately we are going to them and they are earning, oh, very good, $5,000 first you play, and then they are surviving because of the ego. And because of their ego, they are suffering again. So it is all going on in this way. Very difficult. Now someone in Russia, he is thinking, I should grab the one person because of his ego. So many thousands, they are suffering. Properties are destroyed. Children are dying. The women are suffering. Only one ego. No, I must, till death, I should prove that I am somebody. Only ego, see, nothing else there. What he is going to gain? Nothing he is going to gain. Nothing at all. And suppose that particular property or the land that he is thinking, comes to that country, he is thinking, he will die. He is not going to rule that country. Where he will be? The people who are happy somewhere, let them be happy. Why should I have to be so egoistic? I do not know when I am going to die. And after the death, I may be on the other side of the border. I will take birth over there. Maybe I will suffer. Who knows? So if we think in this way, then we will understand this is all futile. It's of no use at all. Only the happy faces, the laughter, the joy, that should be the goal of human life as long as I am living. I learned a beautiful Hindi couplet from an Indian army officer, a young officer. So he came to visit me in Andaman. And some people, they are like that, though in the army, but he is like a poet. In the Hindi, they say 2 lines, 4 lines, small couplets. And he was telling, this is in Urdu, not in Hindi. Mana ki izhar ko gulshan na kar sake. I accept that I could not transform this world as the flower garden, as beautiful as flower garden. Gulshan means the flower garden. Zahar means this world. I accept that I could not transform or change this world as a flower garden. Mana ki zahar ko gulshan न कर सके, कांटे तो कुछ कम ही किए, गुजरे जिधर से हम. But I have removed the thorns from the path where I have traveled. Why? Because the next people who are coming after me should not be hurt by those things. And that is the life's goal. So when I have grown up and I am going towards the end of my life, at least I should live in such a way that I should not give any trouble to anyone. In Hindi, they say, Kante means the thorn, to kuch kam hi kiye. I have removed and reduced the suffering on that path through which I have moved. Kaante to kuch kam hi kiye. And it was so wonderful, I memorized that. Mostly I forget, but I memorized these particular 2 lines. This is so wonderful teaching. So in my life, whoever comes near me should not suffer. At least I should not be the cause of that suffering. That should be the goal of my life. So this is the way it goes because of the egoism. And what is this ego? It's a reflection of the consciousness again. Now it comes to almost like the science, it says, the reflection of consciousness with itself is known as Puri Ashtaka. In Sanskrit, Puri Ashtaka. Ashtaka means 8 and Puri means apartment. What is this? The almost 8 apartments like. It is also known as Linga Sharira. A Linga Sharira means subtle body. And there are so many, the mind and all the other senses. The Vedanta students, they all know. From thought generate action. And from mind, thought takes birth. Mind is conditioned consciousness. So if we mention in this way, conditioned consciousness. Consciousness is there, but it is conditioned. And then it becomes the mind. When the pure consciousness becomes conditioned, it is known as mind. And from the mind, a thought is generated. And from the thought, action is taken place. So the consciousness is there, but the consciousness misunderstood. That is mind. And the mind, a thought is coming. I should grab that land. And then I send my soldiers to fight over there. And soldiers, because they are also poor people, they took the job because of the poverty. Rich man's son never becomes a soldier. Though we talk about the heroism and all that, but have you ever seen the rich man's son is going over there? Even if they go, they will be the last man in the war. From long distance, they will only observe. This is going on. They will never go there. Only poor people they go. Because of their poverty, they accept that. And they go and die. And they kill whom? Another poor person. This is really, really very peculiar. And we are in the name of this heroism, only the poor people killing another poor person, cutting the throat of another poor person. Everywhere. In all countries. I am not telling that it's not necessary, but I am dreaming that there should be a land, there should be the whole world. Not a police or army is necessary. People will be so wonderful. They'll be so self-controlled. They should be all loving people. And I think that is the concept of the heaven. I don't think in heaven there is police. Do you have any idea? If heaven is having the police and the law and the court, then who will go to heaven? So naturally, this is the concept where Swami Vivekananda, he said, I really, truly think if this could be done, No military is necessary. No police is necessary. No, all these laws are necessary. Only if the human being become aware about their consciousness, self-consciousness. And that is Vedanta. So what is the contribution of Vedanta? This awareness. The moment you aware, oh, I and that and that and that, everything is the same. So why should I behave so cruelly on this? So he is mentioning in this way, when the mind is destroyed by the mind, freedom comes. And this is the peculiar way the sentence says, mind is destroyed by mind. And this concept we find in the Kathopanishad, also in the Bhagavad Gita. They say, Urdharet atmana atmanam na atma apasadayet. Atmaiva atmano bandhu, atmaiva ripu atmana. Make your mind your friend. Don't make it your enemy. If you can make your mind your friend, you are in all his joy. Somebody has tortured me. That's okay. Because he was in trouble and he thought that if he is torturing me, then he will get the joy. No problem for me. See, you are not suffering at all. You are not having any problem. So the positive way, when you think, but Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, it is only possible if you are a monk, if you are not having any social responsibility or any family. But for the householders, they should hiss. Sometimes the snake will stand up and hissing, and not that they are going to bite, just hissing to make the other afraid. You cannot come on me. You cannot torture me. Otherwise, in the world, if you say, oh, you can come and torture me, I am going to bless you, everybody will be so happy to do that. So naturally, you have to hiss. You have to show your personality in such a way so that they should not be able to cross the border. So that is one thing. But I am not going to harm anyone. Urdharet atmana atmana. And for myself, I should become the very friendly to my mind. And what is this mind? This is consciousness. And I should tell the mind, see, if you are thinking in this way, you are bogged in that. And you are suffering. You are becoming lonely. You won't have any friend. But if you think in this way, you will have a lot of friends. And again, in the language of Swami Vivekananda, expansion is life, contraction is death. So, when I was in one talk, some coughing, because of so much talking all the time over telephone, over this and that. So it was irritating, so I coughed. Then so many people, phone after phone, and in the email and the WhatsApp messages, Swamiji, what happened to you? What happened to you? Are you all right? So are you, if necessary, you can take this medicine, you can drink this way, that way. It is another problem though. But still, I was thinking, see, so many people loves me. That is the blessings of God. In this world, it is very rare that you will get the attention of anyone. It's so rare to get the love. So expansion is life. I left only one home. Now the whole world has become home. I left only one family. Now the whole humanity has become my family. Expansion is life. Contraction is death. I don't like to talk with anyone. Close the door, close the window, and then only living inside your the computer. That's all. And then you are actually a dead person. Because the dead people, they are forgotten they are not coming in the thoughts. Oh, he was here, but then we forget. But living people are all the time thinking about them. So, urdharet atmana atmanam. We have to rescue our mind, which is, I have seen the young people, they write to me, I am in depression. What is this depression? Why they should think that they are depressed? There should not be any depression. Well, I tried this, I could not become successful, I will try something else. Something is waiting for me. And I am going to be successful over there. I should do that. So that is the way, the inspiration you are constantly going on giving to yourself. Your mind is giving the inspiration to you. So why should I have to compare with that man? Maybe he is very good. Let him be in his own way, no problem. God bless him. But I have my own area and I will go and do that. There's no problem. So this is the way when we are thinking, then we can understand I'm actually saving myself. I think I told you the great story of one of our president of the Ramakrishna order. So he was not very educated. He appeared in the class 10, the 10th grade exam, then afterwards left the home, secretly came and joined in the Ramakrishna mission. In those days, a long back. And then what he will do? Only class 10 pass, and then they asked him to, and we always do, right from the beginning, we have to do many manual work. And then he was asked to take care of the cooking, and he used to cook. Then he was thinking, oh my God, all these people in Ramakrishna mission, the good status, and all people are coming there speaking in English, and I can't speak in English. So what will happen to me? Then so he was slowly thinking that I am not fit for this place. What will happen? Suddenly he heard the in-charge Swamiji, he is giving the class on Bhagavad Gita, quoting this particular sloka, Urdharet Atmana Atmanam, na Atma Abhusadayet. Help your mind to raise, rescue your mind. Don't let it go down. You have so many qualities. And then he started thinking, yes, I am a boy from Kerala village, and I can climb that coconut tree so fast. No one over here will be able to compete with me. So they can speak English, but I can climb in the tree. And I can swim. I can swim like a fish. I can swim the whole river. I used to do that in my village. And in travel time, I used to do the rowing, boat rowing. I used to take the patients from one village to another place. So who could do it like me? I am physically strong. I am very agile. I can do so many things. Well, I can't read English. I will try. He became the best speaker afterwards. Swami Ranganathananda ji. He became so very famous. Almost 7 or 9 times all over the world he traveled and gave the talk. So many books are there. Then afterwards he became the president of the Ramakrishna order. So he used to mention it like this. A cook of the Ramakrishna mission has become the president of the Ramakrishna mission. Urdharet Atmana Atmanam. So this is when people come to me and say, I am depressed, depression is coming, I tell the story to them. See, this is the way you have to save yourself. You have some quality, and because your consciousness, whether you understand it or not, and he is telling, when the mind becomes purified, it never conjured the image of the objects. It is like the feeling of deep sleep. Friends, this needs a little explanation. When the mind is not having any object, when in deep sleep. But the problem that in that deep sleep, when the only consciousness is there, when you come back from there, we only have the experience of joy and nothing else. And if I could record that, then I could feel, oh, I was in a great joy at that time. Why? Because my body was resting. My mind was also inactive. But my soul went into that third stage. In Sanskrit, it's called susupti. And in that susupti, I found only joy. So why not go to susupti when I am awake? Why should I have to lie down and sleep? Then they sit for meditation. And they try to forget their own body. They go inside the mind. And they see that within their heart there is a lotus, imagining as a dream. The Guru teaches in that way. You imagine that within the heart there is a lotus, and it is a red color lotus. Because the color you are observing, and the lotus you are seeing, and you can see the lotus, the big petals. Over that, your chosen idol, the God, is sitting. And you are worshipping the God with incense sticks, the light, then the flower, then the fruits, the sweets, and you are singing before the God, praying before the God, taking the holy name of God, and the God is slowly melting into the light, light and light. And when it is happening, you are also, you, your Guru and the Ishta Devata, also merging in that way. If you can practice this, after 1 or 2 minutes when you come back, it's very difficult to be there for a long period of time. If you are there in a long period of time, you are in samadhi. But at least the deep meditation, if you practice, then after that it is only joy, joy and joy. Why? Beyond this object, and object means mind, objects mean the body and the mind, so they make this whole object. Beyond the object is only joy. That is why in the Upanishad they say, Anandeva khalu imani bhutani jayante. All these beings that are born out of Ananda, the joy. And another proof that each and every one of us, we only want joy, happiness. We never want misery. None of us. We only want joy. That is the proof. So this we can do, and the Shiva is teaching that young Vasistha, transcending all the 3 states, the waking, dream and deep sleep, and remains in the 4th state, are called Turiya. A Sanskrit terminology, if you can remember. Turiya, it is undivided and infinite consciousness. Sometimes some people will be sitting like this, and then among the monks, he is sitting and looking at the Ganga or the sky. Then they will comment, oh, he is in Turiya. And the Turiya means he is in a great bliss. That's why he is not recognizing us. We are coming to him or like to talk to him. And he is thinking something else. He is in Turiya. Turiya means in a supreme stage. There is a Swami, that his name is Swami Turiyananda. Right from the very childhood, he used to meditate and wants to realize that Brahman. So his name was given Swami Turiyananda. And that right side, the last, or can say the first line, the middle one, the bare body, the Swami sitting, is Swami Turiyananda ji. And he came to America, and he was in that West Coast, in California, those places. And when he used to give the talk, at that time, Americans were not having any idea about the Hinduism, Vedanta. So the curious people used to come. And before giving any talk, he used to say Om, 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 like that. The people used to wonder, sometimes his friends used to say, Swami, why you say Om so many times? Then he said, see, these people are not ready to understand my knowledge. So I am bringing their mind up so that they can understand it. Practice afterwards. Some other time they will do. So it's tremendous power to bring the mind in that way. So that is Swami Turiyananda. He used to be always in great joy. Now those blessed few who have realized the Brahman or the undivided infinite consciousness, how would be their behavior while living? So that was the question, and this time Guru Vasistha will give the answer. That is the 10th chapter, 31 verse, but we will study that in our next class. Thank you.
There are a couple of questions. Arup Das is asking, please explain don't seek, don't shun.
Oh, I told you. Now, don't seek, don't shun. Swami Ananyananda ji, he was the president of the Advaita Ashram He told me this, don't seek, don't shun. That means just wait and depend on the will of God. If you are dualist, if you have the faith in God, and wait for the will of God. And something will come to you, accept that. And something is not coming. Don't be sorry for that. That is the practice. And what will happen, whatever has been offered to you, then you are accepting. Sometimes, suppose you are accepting a particular job. When you applied, then you got that job. But your friend, he applied for some other company, and it's better company, and better the opportunity. He got that job, you couldn't. Don't be sorry for that. Be happy that I have got it, and this is my way, and no problem for me. He may be earning, say, 150K per year. You may be earning 50K per year, no problem. You say, it is fine for me, I will be happy with that. That is called don't seek, don't shun.
So Maharaj, do you have a talk with Ireland? Today? Sister Nivedita.
Oh yeah, Sister Nivedita.
12:05.
Oh, 12:05.
They are already waiting.
Okay. So, okay friends, then we'll say Shanti 3 times and we'll go to that. Oh, I forgot. Acha. Om Shanti, 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat, Sri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu. Thank you, friends. Thank you for patiently listening to this. So, our Ireland, that ashrama, they're observing the 156th birthday of Sister Nivedita. That one, the Irish lady, you know that the Margaret Noble, she went to India. She was the disciple of Swami Vivekananda, dedicated her whole life and for many, many things, but particularly for the education of Indian women. So that is the reason that we all remember her, and they are celebrating the Ireland Ashrama. So maybe I have to go right now and to give a talk. Thank you. Please take the prasad and go.